Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Wrestling is Cool podcast, a podcast that even in itself is also being overrun by the Bloodline because, Sancho, everywhere you look, in your dreams, in your box of cereal, in your workout routine, there's a new member of the Bloodline around every corner. Eric Andre's getting beat up by the Bloodline. Everyone has something to do with the Bloodline these days. There's just no escaping, dare I call it now, the Bloodline vortex. Even LA Knight is in the Bloodline vortex. And unfortunately, even for him, it doesn't even look like it's going anywhere. So to that, I gotta say, what's up with that?
I like how you spare me for my grief. You spare me from my sadness that I'm feeling right now. I have a bone to pick with Danhausen. Do you understand? Do you understand? How can we be up by 29 points? Okay? 29 points and blow a historical comeback in the NBA Finals in Game 4. Do you understand how crazy that was? Okay. Do you understand how to be tied 104 to 104 in Game 2 and where your star player throws a pass off the back of another player? Do you understand how you could be leading in the NBA Finals by 76% of the time of all the games together, Santi? Leading the game by 76% and you still lose the playoff series. Do you understand how you could have 10-point plus leads in every single game that you're in and only win one of those games? Do you know how? Make it make sense.
Yeah,
why,
man.
Danhausen? Why?
I'm choosing to spare you because unlike you, I'm actually a good person and I don't want to stomp on your already destroyed ego as a Spurs fan. I don't want to damage you any further, unlike you, who whenever I have a team playing any game of consequence, you like to dance on my grave. Unlike you, I feel bad for you. I really do. I feel bad for the Spurs. I feel bad for Wembenyama. I feel bad for the entire fan base because it wasn't your fault. It really was the Danhausen curse. So maybe let this be a lesson in humility, Sancho, as to how to treat your friends in the future. Mr. I'm a Dodgers fan, can't name more than 5 players outside of Shohei Ohtani, ends up buying a $500 painting and then makes me pay $300 in shipping fees just to dance on my grave. Let that be a lesson as to how to treat the people around you, Sancho. I feel bad for you. And if I could, I'd give you a hug. That sucks, man. I'm sorry that you had to see your team go through that.
Is this the same place? I know you were out there with your good old Papa Santi enjoying the Canadian national team. And then when they went down 0-1, I was like, again, the Santi curse lives on.
It is a curse. It is a curse.
Stop, dude.
They didn't lose, though. They didn't lose. They didn't lose. They didn't lose.
Close as it can be. And then what are you gonna do when Canada gets knocked out of the World Cup?
Oh, do you think I have
off your kit and put in your Colombia shirt on?
No, the Colombia jersey is on top. There, that one's my side piece. You know, the Canada team. That's my side piece.
I respect that. Yeah,
I won't be devastated when Canada gets eliminated. I see it coming a mile away. I will be a shell. You haven't seen me when Colombia is in the World Cup, my friend.
I have. You had a hat.
That was in the World Cup. That was like a much smaller tournament. Yeah, that was a Copa, and I was still an emotional fucking wreck. Okay, I was still a wreck. Now magnify that by a magnitude of 100. That's going to be me at the World Cup. So Sancho, if you care about the future of this podcast, if you care about me showing up to the next episode, if Colombia loses to Uzbekistan, you shut your damn bitch ass up. Okay, you don't even get to even make a joke. You don't get to even mention it or talk about it. All right.
Wait, I know the future. Hold on. Oh my God, I see the future of the finals of the World Cup. You know what happens? Introducing a new Bloodline member.
Oh my God. Well, folks, we are going to be talking about the Bloodline. As sick of the Bloodline as many of you are, as we saw apparently on Twitter when I missed this episode of Raw. Dude, a lot of people are. You loving this?
I am, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, we can talk about it. Because when I said I wasn't going to be streaming, people are like, "Don't worry, like you're not going to miss anything from Monday Night Bloodline." And then I watched it afterwards, and I'm like, "Yeah, I really didn't miss much." But folks, we're going to be talking about that and so much more here in the Wrestling is Cool podcast, the coolest wrestling podcast on the planet. You can, of course, be getting this episode 3 days earlier than everywhere else over on the Patreon, patreon.com/SantiZap. Over there, we upload not just the podcast early, but the Raw review, SmackDown reviews, PLE reviews, and so much more content that never gets uploaded to free feeds like YouTube, because we tend to use real footage over there for our reviews and for our additional series like the ranking every single NXT TakeOver main event. Sancho's currently ranking every single Elimination Chamber match ever, and we have a bunch of completed series where I rank and watch every single Undertaker WrestleMania match and watch and rank every single John Cena World Championship win and loss. Sancho has watched and ranked every single men's and women's Royal Rumble, and Ryback in review, where he reviewed all of Ryback's pay-per-view history. So there is a ton of content, thousands of hours available to you for just 5 doubloons, 5 smackers, $5, folks. Go check it out. We don't separate the content for tiers. It's just $5 gets you it all. Go check it out, folks.
Roll your eyes back like Undertaker. Can you do that?
I mean, no, because somebody will screenshot it and make a real bad meme out of it. I will not be doing that.
What, you don't know how to do the invisible salt shaker look up type of thing?
I know how to do it. I know how to do it. I'm not showing it because 100% that will make the rounds on Twitter. I will pass.
Come on, Santi. Andy. What? Look. What? You have a problem with this bloodline? You have a problem with the cinema that the bloodline gives you? What happened to you, Santi? You used to be Mr. Bloodline rules. It's gonna be bloodline rules. What happened to you?
No,
what happened?
I don't think I come from the same place of people that are like, it's too much bloodline. They take up too much spot. The biggest names have always taken up too much, like have always taken the bulk of the show. To me, that's normal. That's right. Yeah, to me, that's normal, and that's never going to change. Is it a shame that we get to miss out sometimes on like a Penta performing? Of course, it is. Like, I think that's a totally fair feedback to give. But my concern with the Bloodline saga specifically right now isn't they take up too much time. My concern with it, and I'd love to get your thoughts on it, is more context and time specific. Like in terms of the time of the year, they're taking up a lot of time. I think we can agree with that. And not necessarily to build up to an upcoming match yet, right? Like we have an upcoming PLE. We have Night of Champions. And the Bloodline is taking up all of this time on TV, and they're not building towards anything at that show, with the exception of maybe Jey Uso making it to the King of the Ring finals. That's kind of like the one potential branch of the Bloodline that could be in there. But there's no Roman Reigns match, right? There's no, we're about to defend the World Heavyweight Championship. I will also say, unnecessary like retelling of the same thing on a different week, same thing, different story. Like, Jacob, welcome to the Bloodline. We did that 2 fucking weeks ago. I don't know why we're spending the first 20 minutes of the episode retelling that exact same thing all over again, just because now we have an Ula Fala to put on him. I think if we were like, okay, we have an opponent for Roman, there is an actual adversary to the Bloodline, we're going towards the next Roman SummerSlam match, or maybe he actually had an opponent at Night of Champions, it wouldn't feel, and here's the word, overly fucking indulgent. That is what the Bloodline saga is right now. Unnecessarily indulgent. Because we're not getting a payoff at the pay-per-view. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. It is just in so many of the segments taking up time, almost seemingly for the sake of taking up time. Go ahead, Bloodline Glazer, little Nepo baby lover. Go ahead.
Oh my God. All I heard was wah, wah, wah. You're talking about a different, it is different. Roman even said so himself in this previous program. He said, look, Jacob, I don't know, I have to get through to you, but dude, you're one of us now. It doesn't seem like you're accepting that you're now part of this group. And they made it official. They made it ceremonious that he is now welcome to the business, welcome to the family business, welcome to the bloodline. This is more of a like, hey, like shaking Jacob and telling him, dude, nah, dude, you're one of us. Look, I'm going to give my flowers to Jey Uso, give my flowers to Jimmy Uso. And then Roman goes on. It's like, dude, people don't understand it. Yeah, people complaining about the bloodline. We've been here. We've been here since the beginning. We've been here since the Wild Samoans, Yokozuna, Rikishi, Umaga. Like he wove everything together to show that this is not just a fad. This is just not some fun little faction like the NWO. This is a family business that's been part of wrestling since the 70s. And that right there is a very important cornerstone of the entire bloodline. And one thing I want to tell a lot of people respectfully, you wanted the summer of Roman Reigns. You wanted Roman. This is full-time Roman. And this is the best way to use Roman Reigns as the tribal chief to continue to build up the legacy of the bloodline for like one day something will happen and usurp it all. And I don't understand why people were surprised. You think they're going to use Roman Reigns as a babyface that runs in and just gets the chance of OTC like they were using him in that 2 years that he was just floating around, doing really nothing, putting people over like Bronson Reed, that, you know, things didn't materialize when Roman was opening up PLEs. Remember that? We're like, Roman's opening up this PLE? That's kind of weird for the head of the table. And now Roman's back where he belongs. The tribal chief, leading Jimmy, leading Jey Uso, bringing up Jacob Fatu into the main event. And now they're going to go after Solo Sikoa. So respectfully, that first 30 minutes was just re-solidifying how awesome, how aura farming Roman Reigns' bloodline. Did you see the people in that crowd? Did you see the people in that crowd? Oh yeah, I'm afraid of him making a gift. And look at that. You just gave him gold, baby. Look at the crowd. One's all the way up to the rafters, brother. Excited to see Roman Reigns. Excited to see the next installment of the bloodline. I'm sorry. I don't understand what people are complaining about. And then when you say they're not building up to anything, they're building up to a big program at SummerSlam. With Roman Reigns going to defend the title.
Yeah,
it could
thank
be
you,
Oba
Roman.
Femi.
Okay.
It could be Oba Femi.
With Oba Femi, okay. Could be.
Right. Could be Oba Femi. But that's like, what I don't understand is like, people are why are you so locked in and not realizing the Triple H style of building a story? It never ends at the next B tier PLE. It ends at the big mega big four, SummerSlam. So yeah, we're not building up to Night of Champions for Roman to have some random match against somebody. No, we're not doing that. We're building up to SummerSlam and Night of Champions being a big story piece of who advances from the King of the Ring to face Roman. So that's what's happening. That's what we're here for. And they're moving all these pieces.
That's not what we're here for. The we.
What are you here for?
I'm here to be.
How did we get to some WrestleMania 39, WrestleMania 40? The same way Roman the Bloodline come in, acknowledge me, all that built up. And that's what we're building. We're in the building stage. We're in that MCU era post Avengers in game.
Oh yeah, that's a great example of wonderful cinema that everybody loves. That everybody loves. Okay, but it doesn't change the fact that everybody is in the right to complain about the last 4 years of garbage Marvel to build up to something that could be amazing. Admittedly, yeah, sure, I can't wait for Doomsday too. But what I think is a totally fair thing that people are pointing out. You are excited about the could. People are upset about the actual, what is actually being presented in front of people, and people are not. But not that they're not buying it, like you said.
People? Look at the people in the crowd.
Okay, like I don't know, the entirety of every comment section on the internet, the entirety of pretty much the entirety of the IWC. Listen, man, like the people in attendance is one thing, of course. We live on the internet. We can't ignore the people on the internet. I'm a perfect example of somebody that hated the yeeting and running it back thing. And guess what? In the audience, I'm yeeting because there's an energy about it. And if I see Roman Reigns, I'm acknowledging Roman Reigns. But when I'm looking at the story being presented in front of us, I think that it is unnecessarily being stretched.
I just told you the story, and you're just rejecting the foundations that they're
building. The story that you said you're excited for is a rehash of everything from WrestleMania 39. That is lazy storytelling.
With Jacob Fatu.
Okay.
Not Solo Sikoa, with
Jacob Tomato.
It's not tomato.
It is the same thing with different people having different hats.
Oh, I'm sorry to spoil this for you, Santi, but it's going to be like this for a long time. Okay?
You think I don't know that? You don't think that I'm aware? I am just pointing out to you.
Out comes Zilla Fatu. This is going to be the cornerstone of the WWE storytelling for a long time. And when people say, like, look, why are we investing so much in the Bloodline? Because this thing will feed generations. They are going to go on forever. Roman's going to be around forever. When they're going to go 5, 10, 15 years from now, when Roman Reigns is going to be around, it's going to be the same kind of reverence of, oh my God, there's Haku's. The same kind of thing. Oh my God, there's Roman Reigns. So the thing I'm trying to tell you is, look at what happened on Monday Night Raw in the nutshell. You had the Bloodline come out, wrong. Had the Bloodline come out to tell Jacob, dude, you are part of this family.
Which they did 2 weeks ago.
No, because Jacob didn't believe it.
And we needed another 30-minute segment to retell the same thing?
No, we didn't tell the same thing. We saw that Jacob Fatu wanted to eat Andre. He wanted to eat Eric Andre. And he was like, all right. And then Roman was like, no, you can't do it. But then Roman was like, you know what? Go ahead. Have fun. Do your thing. So we have establishment of hierarchy.
A crime, by the way. A crime. And someone should go to prison for that. Like 100%.
Didn't it give you a little shades of Umaga and Steve-O? A little bit, minus Umaga destroying Steve-O in real life because he wasn't selling. But, and then later in the night, what happens, right? You have,
later in the night, like 7 times, by the way.
You have LA Knight going out there, right? Is again, always talking, chirping about the Bloodline. And then Roman says someone needs to take care of him. No one has to take care of LA Knight. And then who takes care of LA Knight? The enforcer. Jacob Fatu gives him with the throat tussy. Bam! Right? He got him in there, right? And then he goes to Roman and says, hey, man, I took care of your thing. Don't worry about it. And then Roman says, perfect. We're on the same page now. That's the story progression that you're ignoring, because you're ignoring that Roman and Jacob Fatu seemingly are on the same page. And then Roman whispers to Jacob Fatu, and then it's something. See, in the past, we'd be like, oh my God, Roman's whispering, Jacob, what does it mean? What are we going to happen? But instead, you're sitting there with your little binky upset that they ate up time when Raw feels like at some nights there's a lot of wrestling, there's a lot of backstage segments. This Monday Night Raw, a lot of backstage segments that are building to a greater future. You're talking to the LA Knight fan. You're talking to the number one LA Knight fan.
I couldn't disagree more with almost everything that you said here. I think that this storyline could have been told in 15 minutes. It didn't need to be fair to the show. It went long this time. So it's not as if it was like it ended at the 2-hour, 20-minute mark that it tends to end. Sure. So to the credit of WWE, it allowed the rest of the show to breathe in a world where it's being fucking throw-two-seed by the Bloodline for an entire hour of the show. So at the very least, it gave it some extra time to breathe. I'm just simply right now, as it stands, when I don't see a foe, an adversary, the storyline of them coming together as the Bloodline, which is a storyline that I have seen before and I've seen done better in 2020, and I've seen it done better in 2020 in a way that didn't take up this much time of the show. I'm just not buying into this. And I think you gave, funny enough, the most self-owned example of comparing this to the post-Avengers saga building to Doomsday, because Doomsday is going to be fantastic, I think, but the lead up to it was garbage and uninteresting. And a lot of people tuned out, which we're seeing in the numbers, some super record low numbers for Raw. SmackDown, we can't even get into that because those numbers are absolutely terrible. So if we're getting these low numbers for Monday Night Raw, even with Roman Reigns being there, I want to then maybe throw out the idea of like, maybe people want to see something with Roman Reigns that isn't just the Bloodline every single week. People would have loved to see, because you're right. People said, we want the summer of Roman Reigns. Nobody said, I want the summer of Roman Reigns where the only thing he does is Bloodline Family Saga. Everybody was throwing out names like Obafemi, like Gunther. People were throwing out names that are entirely being ignored here.
How can you jump up to that plate when you have to go through the King of the Ring tournament? You can't have Gunther out of nowhere challenge Roman when you're going to be like, well,
sure you could have.
Well, it doesn't matter if Gunther and Roman happen because, you know, Roman's going to win anyway.
What did Jacob Fatu do? They just did Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns. I don't know why you're overcomplicating that.
Up this bloodline. This is a different bloodline. The reason why you can't see past that is you won't accept it. Until you accept it, you start seeing the nuances of the different storytelling between Bloodline 1.0 and Bloodline Remastered.
Oh, no, I see the nuances. I'm telling you, to me, they make absolutely no difference, and the nuances do not make this a better story than the building of the bloodline in the early 2020s.
So you want the career killer Gunther just to wake up and go, I want Roman?
Which would have been fucking smart. I don't know why he wouldn't have done that. These are things. I'm just telling you that when it comes to like the creative juices of WWE, for some reason it's Bloodline. That's like all of our creative efforts at that.
I am shocked.
Everything else.
2 years without the Bloodline. 2 years without the Bloodline. And then the WWE's mind, they think they're in this position because of the without the bloodline. That's how they feel. Now, you're thinking that because in WrestleMania 39, you like that build. And I would say it's because you don't have the other half of it. And right now, we don't have the other half of it. We're only getting the story of the bloodline, this menacing empire, building up reservation. They are destroying everything, right? That's what the bloodline is now. We haven't found the Skywalker. We haven't found someone that's going to usurp it all again. Is it Rollins? Is it Cody? Is it CM Punk? Is it Obafemi? We don't know. And I think that we're kind of spending time on this side of story A, and we'll get story B in a later, and then they're going to come together like wrestling always does and have a conclusion. So and
do a worse version of WrestleMania 40. That's what I think the conclusion is going to end up being. That's
unless it's we can have a massive Rollins. What if it's Rollins and Roman?
We can have a massive buildup, like you're saying. We are already behind the 8 ball in terms of the quality of storytelling and character development compared to when the Bloodline story, which is, oh my God, so mirrored. They're doing the exact same thing that they did in the 2020s. It's already worse than that. It's behind the 8 ball of that. Ergo, I don't think it is an a crazy statement to make that the conclusion, the payoff, is not going to be as good as the conclusion of the payoff of the first time that we saw it around.
You got handcuffs on you, brother. You're going to be locked in the WrestleMania 39 and 40 forever then.
It's possible. It's possible.
You're going to hold everything to Cody and Roman and the finishing the story.
The bloodline stuff, yes. The bloodline stuff, yes. I'm good.
No, that's all. It's all in one, brother. It's all.
No. I'm good to explore other things that aren't bloodline that can be just as good as WrestleMania 40, WrestleMania 39. I'm not handcuffing myself. They're handcuffing themselves by only using the bloodline.
May I present another piece of the evidence, Your Honor, that you may be overlooking? Because you weren't, you're out gallivanting. I don't know what you're doing. You only have one job on this planet, and that's to watch wrestling and report on it. Do you understand?
Somebody in the comment section said, there's only 2 people not allowed to take vacation. My drug dealer and Santi.
Right, you're not allowed. Okay? I get all the refugees into my watch parties. Where's Santi? Where's Santi? Oh, do you know where Santi is? I'm like, no, he blocked me on X. I don't care where he is. I think the biggest thing that you're missing out from this is when Roman did Monday night. That's what I'm saying. The details matter here. Mentioned everybody in the bloodline about building up. That was bloodline business, right? He didn't mention one name.
I caught that. The
biggest name. The biggest name. Who?
So obviously I'm excited for the possibility of that.
Yes.
But I also think, and this is me. I am
Say his name. Say his name.
The final boss, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Yes. Me personally, just like my hopes for LA Knight. I'm done putting
You don't have hopes for LA Knight here.
You have delusion. I have hopes. I have normal level. You have delusion. That's a different cup. It is a different thing. You have delusion. I have normal human hope.
I was you. That's phase one. Hope.
I am just done putting my hand on the stove when it comes to The Rock. When he comes back, wake me up, like slap me.
Wake me up.
Wake me up inside. Then, we can have that conversation. But it's like, obviously, I obviously picked up on that. But I'm done, bro. I'm done being like, that must mean The Rock is coming back.
Man, what happened to you?
Hey,
man?
you are
what
a hurt.
Hey,
aren't you the hurt LA Knight fan that gave up on any and all hope recently?
No, I didn't. What did I tell you? What was the end of the rope for me? What was it? What was the last stair that I had to climb?
So dark. My end of the rope.
It's a phrase. What's the last step for me?
I don't remember.
10th,
the Money in the Bank. 10th,
2026 is the day. Is the final day.
We think it's that. It could end up being November 10th, and maybe they push it back to December. Who the hell knows?
They're just afraid to give it to him because everyone's waiting.
That's why they keep pushing it. They're like, a good thing comes to those that wait.
Keep going back.
Yeah, so like I'm at that point with The Rock where I'm like, I can't emotionally invest in The Rock. It's not healthy for me. It's not good for me.
I hear you, but do you understand that you feel that the WWE feels like they have the last big money match on their table that they didn't get to do in the WrestleMania 39 and WrestleMania 40?
Oh no, I'm sure. Yeah. But the thing is that they're dealing with a guy that just doesn't need money. The
WWE side of things. Like that's their.
Of course, that's TKO, their money match.
Yeah.
But like, if they haven't been able to make it happen yet, I'm sorry. I'm not willing to put my soul in front of this just for it to get butchered and eaten again.
I do see it if it does happen. Rock Roman is what we're talking about. I do see it as it being Rock's final match.
Sure. Listen, like if it crescendos to Rock Roman, then I get the borderline nauseating retelling, rehashing of the story of the Bloodline. And I can see the value of like needing to go through all of these nuances, but that is a tall order. That is a tall ask. If you're getting people to, hey, get excited about the Bloodline taking up all of this time, rebuilding, retelling a worse version of the story that they've already told, introducing the same characters that you've seen before because they're building to potentially Roman Rock. Obviously, people will be like, oh, do we have Roman Rock? Because if we do, hell yeah. But like that is a tall order to get people excited for something that, let's face it, brother, at this point sounds like a fairy tale. I hope it's true, but it sounds like a fairy tale.
Could it be that perhaps we have to remember the original plan? Mm-hmm. What would happen in the original plan?
Mania 39?
Right. Rock Roman, right? That didn't happen. The people flipped the table and wanted Cody Rhodes, so they put Rock on the backseat.
You got to dial it back. The original this is why I don't trust The Rock. The original plan was actually Roman Rock 39.
Yeah, right. That's what I meant.
And then it didn't happen, didn't materialize. And then when it could materialize, we're like, wrong time, not the right time, not the right place.
So that's what I'm saying. Now that we're past Cody, we're past all that. I think it is the time for Rock and Roman.
But
they're rebuilding the story again.
But what if it's WrestleMania 39 all over again? That's what I mean. Like, it's just like, he could just be like, no, I'm not physically ready. I want to do something else. He's already he's gunning for Oscars left, right, and center now. He was peeved off about not getting that Oscar nomination.
I think that was The Rock's best shot at an Oscar Smashing Machine.
Can I be honest with you? I didn't like that movie.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Like, I went into a really, really like, to be fair, with a lot of high expectations. I was really excited for it. Me and Sarah watched it, and we didn't love the movie. We liked his performance, but we didn't really love the movie.
It was filmed like a 70s Rocky 3, old school 80s Rocky 3. If you ever see,
sure,
like Fly in the Wall, watching from a distance type of thing.
I get you, and maybe I don't like that style of storytelling. I'm not telling you to not go watch it, people. It's just me. I didn't like it. Obviously Rock Roman. Oh my God, that'd be awesome. But I'm the cynical, right? Clearly right now, the cynic of the two right now, and say, well, like, what if they do all of this? They put all of these pieces together. They build up this magical bloodline run again with the intentions to run Rock Roman again, and we just get WrestleMania 39. I'm not saying WrestleMania 40, because if we get WrestleMania 40'd, that's not a bad thing. I don't think anybody would say, like, if we find something bigger, more important, a better story to tell over The Rock, so be it. Sorry, Rocky. I'm concerned about the Mania 39 outcome where it's there.
Still got Cody.
And they say no.
We still got a great match out of Cody and Roman 39.
Absolutely. It was great.
We still got Usos and Sami. My question for you going forward is, I do feel that the plot B that's currently happening right now with Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn and Gunther, I think there is a connection to what's happening on this side.
Interesting. How?
I think eventually, I do think they're going to get Sami Zayn back into the fold because he feels like so lost right now, and he feels so hated, and he feels like he's the last good guy as what he's going as his new moniker. I think they go after it and say, Sami, come home. The same thing they told Solo. They told Solo come home. I think they're going to go get Sami and tell him to come home. And then now we're off to the races, right? Because when Sami was part of that bloodline, it made it special. It made every segment be like, oh, dude, Sami's going to do something that's going to make it memorable.
Yeah.
And I think if they get the entire band together with Solo Sikoa, like I always been predicting, and remember, Santi, the last time we were met together, you were trying to convince me, brother, believe in LA Knight. Believe in LA Knight. It's his time. They're not going to make LA Knight lose this, and that. And what did I tell you?
He took the pin. He took the pin. It was so much.
But what did I tell you? Who did I tell you was going to win?
You called it. You said Jay. Ugh,
I
God,
said
just
Jay
say
Uso.
that out loud. Okay, but if they do bring Sami Zayn, like I go back to, it's just a worse version of what we've already told.
It's a Sami Zayn that's been rinsed. It's a Sami Zayn that's been broken. It's a Sami Zayn that is the prodigal son returns, man.
But Sami Zayn was that was already the story. He was broken. He was the conspiracy theorist. He lost to the jackass guy. He didn't have any friends. And then he found the friends in the bloodline. Like I'm sorry. Like you even said that, and I'm like, okay, cool. But it's just a worse version of Sami's initial introduction into the bloodline. I just think we're just getting the same thing, just less flavor. That's me, man. Less sazon. And I do wonder, Santi wakes up from a coma after WrestleMania 40.
Do you just want to be in a coma? Like
maybe
sometimes.
sometimes. I wake up from a coma post WrestleMania 40. I never saw the first Bloodline run. I wonder if maybe I'd be enjoying this a lot more. Because as we're talking through it, sure. I don't think that I think it's bad. I just think it's worse than what's been told before, which is why
you're a Star Wars guy. You like the original series.
I think that's a better comparison than Marvel here. I really think so, because I feel like I think we're just on episode 8 right now, and guys, do we not
Rey Mysterio? What are you doing, Ray?
I think Ray's a good protagonist, but what is the story that they're telling here? I don't really understand. Why is Skywalker drinking green piss milk from aliens?
Hello, welcome. I am Rey Mysterio, and welcome to my movie review of The New Hope.
Okay,
I think this is the best one.
I think that'd be a funny YouTube channel. Just movie reviews, faceless channel, just Rey Mysterio voice. I think that's a better comparison. I'm getting Star Wars vibes here over more so than, because when you said like, oh, the phase after Avengers and after Endgame, and I said, well, that's a terrible comparison because it's so bad. But I don't think this is bad. That's the thing. I actually don't think this is bad, which is why I was wondering if I were to, again, wake up from this apparent lovely coma that I keep wanting to go into, would I be liking this more? Because I keep going back to like, well, I just don't think it's as good as when, hey, we're struggling to bring in Jacob Fatu and rein him in. I felt like they told a better story when it was Jey Uso and they were trying to rein him in and forcefully putting him in to like physically submit to Roman Reigns and having his brother having to throw in the towel. I felt like that is a better. Yeah, I felt like that was a better story of reining the family in than Jacob Fatu. But again, I don't think this is bad. I don't think this is bad.
It was told in front of a screen crowd, though.
It's interesting. And so, like, it's like, oh, this was a really good game on the N64, so let's remake it in 2026, like Ocarina of Time.
Who would do that?
Dude, that trailer pissed me off. Yeah. I'm so angry about it. Not because like art style is a different, that's subjective. Like, how do you tell us that a game is coming out this year? A game that is 30 years old almost at this point, and you don't show an ounce of gameplay. What are you doing to me? How does
it doesn't need to?
I disagree. I disagree because I need to know.
You're gonna buy it. Shut up.
I am gonna buy it. God damn, I am gonna buy it. You're right, but I need to know. What are you doing here? Is this Breath of the Wild gameplay? Is this the Ocarina gameplay brought to 2026? I need to know. This game comes out this year, Sancho, and I don't know anything about it. And that is my second favorite game of all time.
Miyamoto's like, you don't need to know shit. Buy it.
And I will. I absolutely will buy it, which is so annoying.
That's you. You think so? Okay, bring it back to WWE before people go. You think WWE?
Is that a thwomp?
Yeah, that was exactly. Nice.
That's a good thwomp.
Thank you. You think the WWE is like, all right, are they willing to just buy it, Bloodline again? Like, just buy it. Shut up and buy it.
That's a good question. People like you pointed out, people in attendance, absolutely. I also think
that AI ugly tribal chief shirt that he just had. You see that one? The WWE, I love y'all, man, but get better prompts, man.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go AI, get better prompts because that shirt.
They should get you. You're like the master of AI prompts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What did I ask you to tell AI? We were come on. Hey, it gave us a legit answer. Okay.
All right. I'll pull up the exact prompt that Sancho asked me to put into ChatGPT. Guys, this was literally 30 seconds before we hit record here.
They recorded.
I said, I want to train my gooch, sometimes known as the taint. What are some good exercises for it? Yeah, he made me ask, how do you train your gooch? And it goes, if by gooch/taint you mean the perineum and pelvic floor muscles, then yes, you can train the muscles in that area. The most common exercises are Kegels, reverse Kegels, glute bridges, deep squats, and dead bug planks. Benefits include better pelvic stability, improved bladder control, potential improvements in sexual function, and better coordination of the core and hips. I mean, it seems like just a win-win here, folks. Get Sancho to do your AI prompts.
Because man, I think shout out to Small Afro. He did a video about that, like going through the AI store of the WWE, and then he would do a better prompt. Like he did a great page and Brie Bella shirt, scream mode.
All right, so
why are you mad about this Bloodline when we literally have the page and Brie Bella are being called scream mode? Like, do you think you have the right to criticize WWE? Do you see the slop?
I also just think in general, I don't think that WWE is. I don't think it's got me right now. I don't think it's got its hooks in me. So I also feel like I am being a bit more critical of it. I am just in general, I'm a little bit more critical of the product. There's still stuff I like. And again, I want to clarify, when we have these conversations, I love when we're on opposite sides. I really do. It's so much more entertaining that way. I really don't hate what's going on. I really, really don't. I want to reiterate, I just think it's worse than what they've done before and taking an unnecessary amount of screen time. Here's my question for you, right? You've got the end of the rainbow for you, right? The port at the end of the rainbow. I don't know what accent that was. The pot at the end of the rainbow for you is Dwayne. Diarrhea Dwayne. Okay. If it's not Diarrhea Dwayne, and it is a really hard question, so if you don't have anything, you can. It's not a big deal if you say I don't know, because you just don't know. If it's not Diarrhea Dwayne Johnson, them building the bloodline to tell a story between Roman and The Rock, power struggle, WrestleMania 43 in Saudi, what's the payoff? Like, if like what is a and you made the point that like this kind of clouds a lot of people's judgments, but it's part of the conversation. What's the WrestleMania 40 like payoff?
Oh, if I had a magic wand and I could get whatever I want, is that what you're telling me? Okay, cool. All right,
but not rock.
I got it. All right, get this. Strap in. Buckle up.
Strap on.
Is this the same place?
Yeah.
Is this the same place?
Yep, I've got my strap on.
The WWE reaches out to Jon Moxley, and Seth Rollins and Jon Moxley go after Roman Reigns to say, hey, we're the real family. Sometimes it's not the family that you're born into. It's about the family you choose, and we're the one that we chose. The Shield returns.
Burn it.
There you go. Burn it. Now, of course, that's a tall order. That is super crazy. I get that. Don't get me wrong. That's never going to happen. But that'd be a hell of a story, because that's a simple story to tell. Again, sometimes the family that you choose is better than the family that you were born into. And that would be an awesome story for Rollins and Moxley try to bring back Roman from the brink of being sucked by the bloodline. Because remember, there was a little bit of that. Remember when Roman was out there? Yeah, when Roman was out there and Roman was like still trying to be a good guy, babyface, and then Jay was like, do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. Take care of that. Remember that? And he was like, this is your responsibility. You need to do this. And he attacks Jacob Fatu. Remember that? That little slight little detail. So they could do that. That like, what's happened, Roman? You're like, you've gotten to this point that we don't even know who you are anymore. You used to be one of the boys. You used to be shield bombing away. Look, hey, I'm Roman. I'm shield bombing. That used to be you. And now you're out here you're become something that we don't recognize anymore. So that would be my ultimate wand thing. But that requires Moxley to leave AEW, which I don't see him doing ever.
Yeah. Okay. I think this kind of sticks with the bloodline conversation, but now, buddy, I'm gonna send the ball over to your court right here. Where does LA Knight fit into this? Like, is LA Knight the SummerSlam match for Roman? Is LA Knight just fodder? Like, it's not like if people are like, you got to eliminate him from King of the Ring. It's not impossible. Like logistically, like in terms of WWE rules, the King of the Ring winner might pick Cody, right? Like, it's a possibility, right? The winner might pick Cody. Let's say Roman Reigns is still available. Is it possible it's LA Knight? Like, what are they telling here with him? Like, what is it? Is he just a red shirt in the saga of rebuilding the bloodline, and he's a casualty in the process of rebuilding the bloodline story that you love so much?
We'll keep up the metaphor of the Star Wars saga. I think he's the Han Solo of it all, right? Han Solo.
Spoilers. That movie sucks anyway. Damn. That movie fucking sucks anyway. There's your spoiler.
He was killed by his own son, dog. Like, damn. So I think LA Knight is for me. I again, this is house money, man. I was shocked. I was appalled. I was disappointed by this weird rumor that the WWE sees more in Jey Uso than LA Knight because he's a better worker and better on the mic. Granted, Jey did give a bang of a promo. I don't think you saw this because it was on commercial.
I didn't see
in the replay, but he gave a great promo and he ended it with 4 letters, 1 word. King. We're like, ooh, Jey. Oh,
wow, it took him a whole 30 seconds to come up with that one.
No, but from the start of that beginning with Saxon all the way to that moment, it was like impressive. But with LA Knight, I still think in the bank is the last thing. I think if you wanted me to give me a wand again, it's LA Knight carrying that Money in the Bank all the way, and then he cashes in on Roman, which would be the only fitting end for his story, is that at the end of the day, he gets the job done via in the Bank, cashes it on Roman when Roman doesn't expect it. Roman's sitting there and he's shocked his face, and then the cash in. That'd be crazy. That'd be like worth everything, right? That'd be like, oh my God, finally, this was all worth it. You know what I mean? Every day, it's that that Kanye thing, right? Praise the Lord. That'd be it when he cashes in. But with Roman Reigns now, it all depends on who's the winner of the King of the Ring. I think that weighs heavily into what happens at SummerSlam because, of course, if it's Oba, I think he's going to go after Roman because they already planted that seed a long time ago. But if Roman and LA Knight go again, I think it's just going to add to the poor LA Knight story going into Money in the Bank. If he gets screwed again, then it validates him winning Money in the Bank. Then it validates the people going, yeah, he's worth it. Because right now, a lot of BS from a lot of people throwing out random names. Oh, I think Dominic Mysterio should be Money in the Bank. Oh, I think Trick Williams would be Money in the Bank winner. I think Ego Page would be Ethan Page. Yeah, especially
Those
you.
are solid options.
Why
are you pretending they're not solid options?
Don't act like I don't watch your YouTube channel. Like, let me pick the best age of wrestler. I'm gonna pick Damian Priest.
Screw you, son. What are the two options?
Screw you,
him and LA Knight.
Screw you. You pick Wepa King.
He's done more. His matches are better. His matches are better.
His matches are better.
What's a better LA Knight match than Damian's matches?
Undead Damien, thoughts of heaven. Stay away from you need to focus. Hey, R-Truth, stop talking to other people. Just focus on being a tag team champion. Wepa.
You would never say that. Great. If he was in the room.
I wouldn't. I was in the room with Damien. He's a handsome stud. Good looking man. And in fact, I still replay that conversation. I tell you all the time with me talking to Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest.
You asked them about like their leather tights or something like that?
I asked them about their ring gear. I was like, because one, Nashville was hot. And I was like, you gotta be hating wearing this black leather in this humidity. And they're like, yeah, we do. It's a bad. What else am I going to say? Hey, Rhea, how's Dominic?
Instead, you're like, how are the black leather tights? In the heat? Are you sweaty, mommy?
No, I didn't say it like that.
It's kind of what it sounds like the conversation was about.
We were sitting in the VIP area, which if the WWE club has a VIP area the same way, I think that'd be pretty cool. It's pretty worth it, in my opinion. Because you're just sitting there having cocktails and wrestlers.
Oh my God, how much more of a shill can you be? Hey, everybody, fall in love with the Bloodline. Hey, everybody, subscribe to Club WWE. It's worth the money.
Who's already subscribed and put themselves in the wait list?
I'm on the wait list, that's it. I just want to see what it is.
I'm not even on that. You're the one that's a show. You've been on WWE programming multiple times. 7 and 5. 7 and 5. They got you.
7 and 5.
Whoa.
There's people that come into my channel and be like, are you the guy that said 7 and 5s? I'm like, yeah, that's me. Famous from 7 and 5. Hey, listen, if Brock Lesnar guy can make a career out of just his little jaunt when Brock Lesnar came back like 20 years ago at this point, then I can make a career out of 7 and 5.
Dude, whoever put that in, like, yeah, this is going to make the package. Right? Banger. Sense.
All right, so LA Knight, you were saying, okay, not impossible, possibility here. What do you think is realistic for LA Knight in this Bloodline saga? Like, if he is going for in the bank, let's say he still gets that, but in the meantime, it just sounds like he's just going to be getting eaten alive by Jacob Fatu.
When I give you my realistic expectation, you go, nah, that's not giving your real thought.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Your realistic expectation is he goes on to face Roman, he wins Money in the Bank, and then he cashes in on Roman, and boom, that's the whole reason we built up the Bloodline, just for LA Knight to cash in Money in the Bank. Get the fuck out of here, Sancho. What do you think the realistic scenario here is for LA Knight? Be real with yourself.
You're scraping the bottom of the barrel from here, dude. I don't have anything. I mean, it'd obviously be Jacob Fatu, right? He fights the mid. He has to go up the Mortal Kombat tower, of course. So Jacob Fatu needs to be the guy that puts him out. I think the ideal thing is that Jacob says, yeah, I took care of it, and then LA Knight attacks Jacob Fatu. I don't think people are assuming that LA Knight's going to stop Jey Uso. I don't think that happens. I don't think we get Javon versus Oba. There's not that much juice in Oba versus Javon, because then we're just banking on the previous experience. You have to know, like, oh man, NXT, they put on bangers of matches. And Javon has been the only guy that's been so close to beating Oba at the time versus Ricky Sainz. He's so close to beating it. He's never beaten Oba Femi. Like, that's a lot of story to tell, right? In that little chunk of time leading up into Night of Champions versus Jey versus Oba. You don't have to say too much. Oba wants Roman. Jey wants Cody. Bloodline wants to stop Oba from going against Roman because they're scared of Oba Femi. That makes sense. They build up Oba Femi's aura. And so I don't see LA Knight interfering in that Jey Uso match. I do see, realistically, revision 3.1, realistic plan, that LA Knight has a feud with Jacob Fatu. In the meantime, he doesn't win in that feud because it builds up Jacob Fatu to be scarier. I think what you do is, rather than having, Jacob was looking so scary with Roman, I think you could build that up again with Jacob Fatu taking out LA Knight and with the throw tussy. And maybe they've shelved LA Knight for a bit. Because if he has nothing else to do until in the Bank, I know it'll be a long time, but they could shelve him and he could skip a SummerSlam if Jacob Fatu takes him out with the throw or like post SummerSlam, they could take him out with that throw tussy, and then he's like, he can't talk.
Good old Tongan dick grip. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we mentioned another guy in the conversation there. We mentioned Oba Femi, who is in the final of the King of the Ring.
Femi.
There's a guy that's like looking for problems, bro.
Here's a guy.
That was very Chris Collinsworth.
You literally were that close. Here's a guy. Can we talk about the match first? The way you got there?
Yeah.
What'd you talk about? Because you saw it post. What'd you think about Dom trying to weasel his way in?
I would have liked to see even more weaseling. I would have liked to see him actually like hit him over the head with the hammer. I would have liked to see. I also would have liked that count to not have been a 1 count. That's a little detail. I would have liked a little bit more drama there. I get we're wanting to make Oba look strong, but also at the same time, you're trying to make Dominic look crafty, and him only getting a 1 count, I think, damaged the craftiness. I think had he come really close to winning there, it would have helped put over the craftiness. Like, holy crap, look how close he actually came to winning. That's a minor little detail that I would have improved. But I would have liked to see it maybe expanded a little bit with more shenanigans in general. However, obviously we have to make room for the self-indulgent Bloodline story to take up 7 different segments in the show. So this match had to go on for only 6 minutes. That's fine. I get it.
Did you like Liv Morgan trying to riz Danhausen for a cursing?
I did. I really like that segment. It goes to what we were saying. We've said it numerous times of like, man, we want to see Danhausen like interact with like the main eventers that can kind of live in the world of the wacky every once in a while. Like if you were to have a backstage segment interaction with Oba Femi, I think it could actually work. It really can. Right.
What if you get one with Roman?
I think it can work. I absolutely think it could work. Roman could absolutely put it over. And it just works. It's just, I mean, he's working in ESPN. We're in the world of sports. Like he can work with anybody at this point, right?
Imagine if Roman needed someone curse and he just gave him all the human monies, like a big briefcase, and Danhausen opens like and he's like, that would be the way you could get Danhausen.
Oh, you do the Pulp Fiction briefcase. It shines. That's what you got to do.
He's like, and you imagine because it's like they're all serious. And Roman's like, Danhausen, I need you to do a favor for me.
I mean, it'd be funny, especially like if it was like January, right? You could do something with Roman and Danhausen that isn't wrestling related, but you could do something on screen like Danhausen. Here you're the man to put curses on teams. I need to make sure that the 49er gangs move on. What's it gonna take? Right? Something not wrestling related, something that can be tied to ESPN, right? That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I love that segment. I really, really like that segment. So I guess that works with the expansion of what I was looking for. I wanted more out of this match though, especially because so much of the King of the Ring has been really competitive. And if you had to obviously, like it's 1-on-1 now, I think you could have made it competitive with more shenanigans, more craziness, more interferences.
I see what you're saying.
to balance things out.
Maybe have Dom go to everybody on the main roster, like all the heels, be like, "Can you help me out?"
Anything, right? Anything that can make Dom, because I also wanted Dom to look strong in his own way here, which I don't think that they fully did. I don't think that he ever really had Obafemi in that type of danger, and had they been able to truly display his craftiness, I would feel a lot more confident about his post King of the Ring life. Right? Like, what's he up to next since losing to Obafemi? Had he come really close? Had he gotten other heels on board to come and attack Obafemi? I think it would have been a lot more, a better vote of confidence to the style of the Dom heel and putting that type of heel over, even in a loss.
I feel like that Dom heel has been nerfed severely
Big
ever
time.
since his IC title hold that he had.
Big
Remember that
time.
run? He had like 5 matches and then he got hurt.
Well, think about, all of the crazy shenanigans and the amount of people that got involved during his match against John Cena. I wanted like that level of...
Oh, you wanted Raquel to go out against
Why
Obafemi?
not? Why not?
A little Tejana bomb on Obafemi.
Maybe not a Tejana bomb, but like, what if like they pulled out like a steel chair and hit him in the back, and like the ref is being sent in 5 different directions with the members of the Judgment Day, and they've got him around. Imagine the scene from Shaun of the Dead where they're all hitting the zombie with the pool cue. Stuff like that, man. Stuff like that.
Nice pull.
But like, whatever. Oh, I'm glad Lesnar didn't get involved. But that brings up my next question of like, when does he? Because Oba won't shut up about him. So it's happening. Is it the final? Here's a guy on Obafemi that has called out Brock Lesnar numerous times. When is Lesnar going to make his presence felt? Is it the King of the Ring final? A match that in the past 2 years hasn't had any interferences, by the way. Randy Cody, clean match. Randy Gunther, clean match. Are we gonna buck the trend here? That was a
weird match. Randy Gunther was weird. Remember that?
The ending was a pin? The botch pin. The end. Yeah, I do remember that. But no one coming in to cause shenanigans or anything like that. And I do think, maybe a little bit traditionalist. I do think the King of the Ring should just win flat out, because you're trying to make them look strong going into
I don't know.
Into their SummerSlam match.
But if Jay's involved, that changes everything.
I agree. But like Lesnar helping Jay? Oh, that's brother.
You can only blame Oba though. In kayfabe, you could only blame.
You can
Oba.
only blame. I agree.
You can't pull the tail of the lion that many times and not expect to get some repercussions, brother.
Okay, if Oba wins, I asked you again. I asked you this last week before Oba was confirmed to be in the final. If he wins, like, are we looking at 2 matches at SummerSlam for Oba?
Oh, that'd be wild. That's like handing over the kingdom to him, right?
100%. Yeah, it would be.
That you know what that feels like, Santi? When I don't know if you ever play roulette.
Oh,
you've been like,
buddy, I'm a roulette player. Yeah.
And you've been like, you play like a couple of numbers. You're like, okay, cool. And then you're losing, and you go, you know what? I'm going to put all my chips on one number, and this hits the hit. And that would be like the WWE has been investing so much time in back in Roman, investing time in Cody, investing time in all these things, and all of a sudden be like, you know what? We're switching over to Obafemi on a dime. That's kind of crazy. I had never seen the WWE switch on a dime like that for anybody in one night. Because then what do you have to do? You can't have Oba lose to Brock. Oba has to beat Brock.
Agreed.
And then he's going to go against Roman Reigns. And what are you going to do? You're going to let Oba lose
my ribs. Oh, my ribs. He'll come out bandaged. You know that's 100% going to be the play if they do something like that. He'll come out with the whole my ribs bit.
Yeah, and they're going to have Oba in the middle of the ring, and every Bloodline's going to hit every finisher on him. You're going to get the super kicks from the Usos. Yeah. You're going to get the spear from Jay. You're going to get the throw tussy from whatever, and then you're going to get the splash.
And then Sancho's going to be like, oh, this is cinema. Oh, we built up to this moment. All of the nuances. Oh, I love this so much. That's going to be you. As somebody that was concerned about gifts. As somebody that was concerned about gifts, I've given too many gifts.
Yeah. Yeah, you gave the Shawn Michaels one?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a classic, Sean.
No, I was eating an eclair.
You eat eclairs?
Have you
Is that
never
your
had an
favorite?
eclair?
It's been a while.
It's good,
then when
man.
you
Like a nice frozen
bite-
eclair. Oof.
You
Oof.
bite into it and all the creams come out.
All the juices just go. Wah, wah, wah. It's good, man.
Okay.
Yeah, right into the throat tussie.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Where does Dom go from here? You kind of hit on that a little
Yeah.
bit. Dom not feeling super weaselly strong as you wanted. I mean, Dom still has a lot of business down in Mexico.
That's where I was going to go. I mean, somebody, I believe her name was Maddie, in the hot takes thread had said that it feels like the only one that can book Dom right now is The Undertaker. Not that he's done anything really with Dom, but that seems to be a lot of people are losing faith in Triple H's desire or maybe just ability to book Dom in a strong manner, that now people are looking to Taker like, what can you do? Look, we saw what you did with El Grande Americano, with Chad Gable, what you're doing right now with La Catalina. You're telling a great story between two dudes in clown masks and Pagano and Psycho Clown. What can you do with your champion, Dominic Mysterio, to make him feel special? And he's going to have to do something, because we've got the 2-night Triple Mania not coming up necessarily. Like, it's still a couple of months away. But with AAA only being, 45-minute shows, you got to start the build up to something like that already. Like, Mass versus Mass was built up over like 3 months.
So when I ask you that, is like, who booked Dom winning the Mega Campeon? Was it an Undertaker? No, right?
I don't remember. I don't remember if Taker was already in the helm at that point. I can't really comment on that.
Because that would be a clear indication, because that run was great. That feeling of Dom winning the Mega Campeon and then getting Ray to put the belt on him, all that was awesome. And remember, they didn't pull the trigger right away on Dom. Remember, he had that close one. We were like, oh,
yeah, he
damn.
lost at Triple Mania, and then he won at Worlds Collide.
Right. So like that Triple Mania match was electric too. And I remember I hated that I had to erase those reactions to it, but I think Dom's going to be fine down in Mexico. He is a great heel, and he's a great face heel as well. Like, people like Dom, and if you put him up against Grande Americano, I think that creates mega blockbuster excitement, because then it's like, now you involve Chad Gable, you involve Vikingo, you have so many characters that will be involved in Omos, will all be involved in that saga, and I think that's going to be great. I think that's the reason why Dom lost here at King of the Ring. I think they still gave him his due. He is a 20-year veteran, respect the stash type of vibe. They gave him his opportunity, and the only thing is, I thought Liv Morgan would have been more of a factor here. I feel like Liv Morgan has been not necessarily downgraded, but it kind of feels like Scarlet Witch. You remember that moment when like Scarlet Witch had Thanos like just destroyed by herself, and then she goes off on her own quest.
Had him by the taint.
The gooch, yes.
Yeah, he did not do his Kegels.
He was like, oh, and then he's like, blow everything up, I'm gonna die. And they blew up everything. But like after that, like WandaVision, all that was pretty solid. But I feel like Liv Morgan has been kind of like in a weird spot ever since winning that championship title. Granted, she still has that little bump on her head, and some people said that thing may not never go away, dude.
Yikes.
Some guy in the comments was like, I've had mine for like 15 years. But when you think about Liv Morgan, I was hoping for her to see some power, like, or for her, not necessarily getting her way with Danhausen, but in a sense of, she came out saying the Raw was going to be taken over by Judgment Day, and under her leadership, Judgment Day has gone like worse and worse and worse. Raquel had a shot to be Queen in the Ring, didn't happen. She didn't even help Raquel. I mean, Roxy, it seems like she's going to get stabbed in the back by Roxy. I thought another victim of this build between Oba and Dom was Liv Morgan, because Liv Morgan promised she had a plan, and that plan was ass at the end of the day. Like, you couldn't come out, you couldn't try to help in any kind of way. You know what I mean?
I think that goes with my complaint, right? Like, where was the theatrics, right? Where was the theatrics of the Judgment Day and of Dominic Mysterio? I just didn't feel like there was enough. That's a nice way to put a bow on that question that you asked. Like, what did I think about the match? Yeah, Dom, I think to me, I'm literally just looking ahead now to him versus El Grande Americano. That to me is the next honestly, like when it comes to just all of WWE, the next guaranteed feud that we're gonna get that I'm pumped for. Because everything else in WWE, the stuff that we're for sure gonna get, I'm still pretty about. But Dom versus El Grande Americano, you ask what's next. I think that's it right there. If we're talking about the main roster, I mean, him. Is it crazy to say him and Danhausen? Because Danhausen, because I think Danhausen's building his own faction. He's gonna probably end up having. I compared it to Michonne when she had the two zombies. It's gonna be oddities? It's gonna be him, the Miz, and Kit Wilson, who are all shocked and like not themselves right now, and he's gonna be controlling them. That's what my Danhausen theory is.
You don't remember the oddities?
No.
Remember they had that big, tall French dude, and you had like they had that mask, the gold meanie.
I don't. They
had like that group. Google the oddities real quick. But yeah, they were just like a strange, eclectic group of people that the WWE put together. I don't know, man. I mean,
I do remember this fact. Yeah, I do remember this fact.
Yeah. And
it wasn't Beaver Cleavage in this, or the guy that played Beaver Cleavage.
Yes, wasn't he on Chris Van Vliet's thing too?
He might have been. Yeah.
Oh, that was Mosh. One of the headbangers.
It was one of the headbangers. Yeah, it was one of the head. Whoa, Sable was in this faction. Were you aware of this?
Yep.
Luna Vachon.
Yep. It was a strange faction. It was right around during the South Park era where they had a chokehold on it, and they were kind of like catering to that crowd.
Oh, dude, Don Callis was in this as the Jackal. That's wild.
A lot of history in the oddities.
Yeah, that's crazy. Interesting.
My question going forward is, now that we talked about Dom, what about Javon? You think Javon is because they kind of threw a curveball with Javon Evans, because all of a sudden Logan Paul came back. Weird. Logan Paul with a ripped off the bone tricep, probably still dangling off that thing, came out and said, "Hey, Javon, we want you to join the Vision, and you don't have an option. You're joining us." Like, what was up with that?
I mean, first and foremost, I like that Logan is back and being an on-screen character even during his injury. I've always wondered why more WWE superstars don't do that. Funnily enough, we've gotten it recently 2 times with Chelsea Green and now here with Logan Paul. I think it's good. I think this actually tells us a couple things. It tells us that they're done with Joe Hendry. I think Joe Hendry's cooked, because if they're not following, if he's not coming back to deal with Joe Hendry, and starting something new with Javon Evans, they've moved on, and the Joe Hendry ship has absolutely 100% sailed. When it comes to Javon Evans, though, I do have to say I disagree with the notion that you can't do Obafemi versus Javon Evans in the King of the Ring final because there's no main roster direct tie story that you're talking about. I don't think that we need that. I mean, Gunther versus Randy didn't have that. Randy Cody had their, teacher mentor storyline, but I think you can absolutely do. Here's the 2 guys that are the future of Monday Night Raw, of the WWE, who is going to separate themselves and be the guy that steps up and become the next main eventer. I think that in itself is a good enough tale. I'm not writing off Javon Evans entirely here. I'm not completely writing him off. I think, to be fair, at this point, like this King of the Ring tournament, especially the Fatal 4-Ways, were so unpredictable, coming out with like winners that just sometimes just made absolutely no sense, that I don't think it's crazy to throw the expectation of like what you think is going to happen out the window. Like, everybody thought that Brock Lesnar was going to attack during the Dominic Mysterio match, and it didn't happen. Everyone's expecting something to happen here with the Bloodline helping Jey Uso win the Whisper in Jacob Fatu's ear. This King of the Ring has completely turned expectations upside down. I don't think it's impossible. I still obviously think that Jey Uso is the favorite, but I don't think it's an impossibility that Javon Evans could still win the King of the Ring tournament.
We're talking like a 5% chance?
Better chance than LA Knight. What's LA Knight's chances of winning the King of the Ring?
0.
That's funny, man. Yeah. I think the chances are low. I just don't want to write it off entirely. I mean, I thought the chances of him even moving on against Seth Rollins were 0. I thought the chances of Dominic Mysterio moving on when Braun Breaker was in that match were 0. And here we are. So it's possible. And I like possible.
I just don't see this. I just don't see the story in Oba versus Javon. Like you have to lean so hard on NXT, and I don't see the WWE doing that.
But here's the thing: there's also no story, in my opinion, between Oba and Jay. You have to use some stuff like, hey, they called each other out on this post show of WrestleMania of this thing that happened 4 months ago to make the tie of Oba. Here's what the exciting thing about Jey Uso. And it always is the exciting thing about Jey Uso. It's the fear of Jey Uso winning.
Yeah, the burning it all down, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. That actually makes me kind of want Jey Uso in the final to like have that adrenaline rush of like, oh my God, please, anybody but Jey. In the same sense of like, remember the adrenaline rush that was CM Punk versus Jey Uso, as not good of a match as that was when it was for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship. I remember going through this roller coaster of emotions, and it wasn't because I wanted I thought the match was good or their storytelling was great. It was just because of the fear that Jey Uso might win. And that actually is a pretty cool feeling. You know, if it's Oba Femi versus the fear of Jey Uso winning, that could be interesting.
It's the Joker in the Dark Knight, right?
Every poo-poo time is pee-pee time, but not every pee-pee time is poo-poo time. Dun 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 dun.
You just put my geek brain in a blender. Why did you do Pirates of the Caribbean? What are you doing? You didn't even do a Joker.
That was the Dark Knight.
No, you did Rey
Mysterio's that was Heath Ledger's Joker.
No, it wasn't.
That was a great Heath Ledger. That was 100% was Heath Ledger's Joker, and that was the Dark Knight theme.
No, you didn't. You did Pirates of the Caribbean.
I don't know, man. Run the tape back. I'm pretty confident that I did Heath Ledger's Joker and that I did the Batman theme.
Jesus. You're broken. Oh no, but the story in Oba and Jay is not the in-ring, and it's a sad thing to say that. It's interesting because even on Monday Night Raw, you would think the easy layup, you know, the Jason Hart type of layup would be, hey, Javon, Jay, go in the ring and cut a promo against each other. But we didn't get that, which is the strangest thing to me. Like, they were literally facing each other in the semifinals. Jey Uso's doing other stuff. Javon Evans comes out and he says, I'm going to advance. Jay's nowhere in sight. And out comes Logan Paul. That's what I was getting at. I was like, it's kind of a weird left turn. But with Oba versus Jay, the story is stopping Oba from going up against the tribal chief. Like, and then Jey Uso, I want to pick Cody. But you know what's interesting? You were talking about like, oh, Oba's going to get stopped at some point. Brock's going to get him here. He's going to get him here. He's going to get him here. And if they don't have Oba get stopped at all, then that means like Oba Roman, that would sell, dude. Oba Roman at SummerSlam, that will still be an awesome match. Jay and Cody don't know. You know, like that is like another like, oh my God, are they gonna make Jay the undisputed champion? That is like the curse, the monkey's paw situation that we're all. It's more of a morbid curiosity at that point than an actual excitement curiosity.
I think a morbid curiosity is a really great way to put it. Oh my God, dude, just thinking about the possibility of Jey Uso winning and giving us dude, that SummerSlam could end up being so ass. It would be looking at Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes and well, like LA Knight versus Roman Reigns, no offense, but like, oof, brother, that would be a tough SummerSlam. Are you excited for SummerSlam just in general? Like, I feel like we're supposed to already have the SummerSlam buzz already at this point in the year, because it's not that far away. We're like, what, 6 weeks out of SummerSlam, the entirety of the month of July and the rest of we're about 6 weeks away. 6 weeks away from SummerSlam. Usually you've already got the SummerSlam buzz. 6 weeks from Mania, the SummerSlam buzz, the WrestleMania buzz is there. 6 weeks from the Rumble, every YouTuber under the sun is making those Royal Rumble videos. I'm just not really hearing the rumbles right now, no pun intended, of SummerSlam at the moment. Are you feeling what I'm feeling here?
Are you feeling them, sir? I am. I always feel SummerSlam comes together late anyway. Yeah, I always feel like
Recently it has. I would agree. Recently it has.
I think the WWE when it puts together PLEs late, they sometimes put together like they lean more on the wrestling more than the storytelling. So that kind of gets me a little bit excitement because I feel like with Rhea Ripley, I've never seen a knee look that stiff before for a wrestler to be out there. I feel Rhea Ripley is like I think that's why there's a lot missing because like not even the women's side of things are building up for SummerSlam. You know, so I think like everything is on a hold. And you're asking about YouTubers building videos. I haven't made a video in a while because I'm like, well, I can't wait. I can't talk about anything until this tournament's over. I can't keep predicting. Like, whoa, my bracket was busted. Here comes another video about me predicting the next round. I think it's more the conversation would be electric about Oba versus Femi, and I think we go there, and then it's off to the races again based on whatever happens at Night of Champions. Because remember, Night of Champions, every champion is defending their title, and I wonder what's going to happen because Rhea's no longer part of the program. They took her off the promotion, and Tiffany Stratton's there, so there's that. There's a lot of interesting things that I feel like Night of Champions can be about, but everything's just sucked up with this tournament. I want to see the rest of the card of Night of Champions. Then I'll get excited about SummerSlam because then that's the start for me.
No, that's fair. That's fair. It's just that for me, it's I don't know, I think also the 2-night aspect of it has also kind of turned me off of SummerSlam a little bit. It kind of feels a little bit now like a chore. I
don't know, man. But the bangers, bangers.
Yeah, last year's SummerSlam was solid. Last year's SummerSlam really was very good. I can't complain.
I would have hated though if I went to the Nashville SummerSlam and I had to go back for another night because that night ended with Brock Lesnar driving the tractor right up against the ring against Roman. That was crazy.
Well, you mentioned Rhea Ripley. We've gotten news about her injury and how it's potentially bad enough to keep her out post SummerSlam. I really obviously hope that doesn't end up being the case. But I do have to say, you know, like when you have a champion where you know they're not going to be able to be part of like a major upcoming show, I feel like they would have already taken the title off of her, right? We saw it with Seth Rollins, right? They didn't think twice, right? We got to take the championship off of this guy. We saw it with Rhea Ripley the last time that she was a women's world champion as well,
yeah,
right? So I'm actually hopeful here that they being doctors, the interested parties believe that she is at least good enough for SummerSlam. And I think that the play here to make sure that she is as healthy as humanly possible is to make the final of the Queen of the Ring tournament Charlotte Flair versus Io Sky. Because then whoever wins, right, is a storyline friend of Rhea Ripley. And if they pick Rhea Ripley, there doesn't need to be weekly physicality between them. It can be conversations, it can be promos, and you can keep the Rhea Ripley character telling a friendly competition story that doesn't require getting beaten down from behind by a faction or whatever. So at the very minimum, we can keep Rhea Ripley off of her knee as much as we possibly can. On top of that, Liv Morgan just does not need to be in the Queen of the Ring finals. Like I already believe she shouldn't even be in this tournament at all, period. But
when you add to that, because that Raquel got taken out, now it's like, why are you here?
The only story to tell there was Liv and Raquel. That's gone. Let's pivot Liv out of here some way, some form.
Which tells me, going back to Oba and Javon, I feels like the WWE is not interested in B-tiered level stories. And I think Liv and Raquel was that B-tiered level story. And even though we really put our stakes in it and our eggs in that basket, we're excited to see that come up. The WWE had no interest in doing that because immediately after Raquel got eliminated from Liv in the Royal Rumble, nothing happened after that post.
If they didn't do it there, if they didn't do it after that, that's crazy, right? Yeah.
And then they just have Raquel just doing a lot of Jim looking at the camera or rolling her eyes when Liv comes in to give the pep talk. So they still have something there with Raquel. Maybe could screw her over. It could happen next week. It could happen in the next tournament match against Charlotte. But when you talk about Rhea's knee, brother, I see it's going to be Charlotte versus Rhea at SummerSlam. Charlotte using the figure 8 to put out Rhea Ripley. And they're going to say because of her knee.
Easy. It is easy. Yeah, it is an easy one. Man, sucks, dude, because
But
I'm also dealing with knee injuries right now, so I know what it's
you
like to
are.
be a
How'd you hurt
premium
yourself? How'd you hurt
volleyball.
yourself?
I have
Oh,
jumper's
you
knee.
idiot.
I have
You
jumper's knee,
idiot.
apparently, yeah.
What were you trying to what your badminton days? You're trying to relive those days playing volleyball?
Yeah, man, I try, man. I try to tell myself I haven't peaked physically in life, but I think I have, and I think I need to
Who are
come to
you
that
trying to
realization.
impress playing volleyball?
Nobody. I like volleyball. I'm not trying to
You already
impress
have a
anybody.
girl. You already have a girl.
You think I
What's
go to
wrong with you?
volleyball to meet honeys?
What do you go? What are you trying to do then?
I'm trying to play volleyball.
You're like 5 foot. Why would you
No,
want to
I'm
play
not.
volleyball? You can't even. You have
I'm
the ups
good
of
at
a corgi.
volleyball. I'm
You
good at
are?
volleyball. I'm very good at volleyball. Yes.
Then why, your knee's not good enough for volleyball.
That my knee has decided to implode. It's both knees too. Both knees.
Come on, Tanti. You have an easy thing. You have an easy road. You just sit there in your little chair with all your little belts, react to WWE content. And you know what, chat? You don't understand this. And I call you chat because I care. Chatters, listeners, viewers. You know how many times our match clubs or podcast times gets pushed back because he's like, I gotta go to the doctor. I'm like, oh man, I hope he's dealing with some serious, maybe something internal. Maybe his gooch needs to be repaired. No, it's because his stupid knees got blown out from playing volleyball.
It's true.
Come on, recreationally, not even for a league. Come on, Santi.
Oh no, it's a recreational league. So it's both.
Is it?
Joke's on you.
You joined a rec league for volleyball?
Yes.
To recapture your glory
There's
days
no
of badminton?
it's just to play volleyball. I like volleyball. It's fun.
Anyone recognize you when you're playing rec volleyball?
No, and I'd say no, that's not me.
You do?
No, I wouldn't do that, but but no, nobody has recognized me.
You do any WWE taunts?
No,
right
I don't think
before
I've
you
done
serve?
I don't think I've done a Randy Orton or a suck it or anything like that.
When you block it, you go like this on the floor like Randy?
No, I don't do that because I'm a normal human being outside of my office.
You're supposed to put fear in the other people, man. You gotta play mind games, man.
Watch
You
out,
gotta
watch out,
walk-
watch out.
You gotta walk in very slowly, dude. You gotta be cerebral assassin. You gotta be the gamer. And no, you're just there, blown out knees, plain old Santi. Boring Clark Kent Santi. They want Super Santi out there, dude. They want Super Cena, baby.
I can't be Super Cena. I've got super bad knees is what I have.
You play with jorts? Is it because of the jorts you wear?
I don't wear jorts. I just wear regular shorts.
Why do you think Cena wears knee pads? You could have worn knee pads. You're not too proud to wear knee pads?
Well, knee pads wouldn't have helped the problem. I didn't
would've
hurt my
helped
knees
you.
landing.
That would have helped you from
my knees?
hyperextending. It would have helped you in that.
No, they don't. I don't think you know what knee pads do.
But clearly, I'm the one that's doing better than you because my knees are fucking fine. All right?
All right,
You know what I'm
whatever,
saying?
man. Yeah.
Look at my knees. Look at these bad boys. Look at that. No pain. No pain, Zanti. You see this?
What's sad is if I were to do that, I'd cry in pain. It's so bad right now. I also played basketball yesterday, which probably was not a good idea.
Not of you.
Listen, I'm an overly competitive person when it comes to sports. Even when I'm in pain, I'm like, I gotta play. I want to play.
When
But
someone calls
look,
you-
I've decided I'm taking a vow of sports celibacy over the next until the end of the summer. I will not play sports. I will do my lifting and stuff still, but I will not play sports.
What do they say? They go, "Oh, what's wrong, Santi? Don't want to play basketball? Is it because you're chicken?" And then you go,
Who are
"Oh,
you
no one calls
calling
me
chicken?
And then your little honey buddy's like, "No, baby, you don't need to play your knees, baby.
You called me chicken.
Come on, are you that dumb? I'm surprised, dude.
Dude, here's the thing: getting called chicken works on me. I'm not kidding. It worked on me. It peer pressured me to do a lot of things throughout my childhood.
My God. You know what I like about this podcast is yeah, you do your videos, your daily videos, but no one gets to know the center, the nucleus of Santi. No one knows the juice.
I'm an insecure bitch when I get called a chicken. It's like, oh yeah, I'll show you. Crack, both my knees explode. I showed him.
I scored. My ride or diers. That's you.
You
Dude.
see
You're like
these
Sammy.
knees? You see these knees? This is from carrying the team. This is from carrying the team, being the last final good player on this team.
See, you could cut your WWE side. Let that out, dude.
Everybody would just think I'm like fucking insane if I start spelling out WWE isms at people.
You get a side out, you take that water bottle, you go, bam! You like, you know what I mean? Come on.
I hit a spike and I say, look at you now.
Okay, Sami Zayn. Do you like Cody, Gunther, Sami? Do you like this little love triangle that they built? Or is it too, like, complex? Because they feel like they muddy the water so much I can't see clearly.
I think I'm with you on that one. I don't think I'm ready to say I don't like it, but I'm not loving this. I love pieces of it. I like Sami. Sami's working on me. Like I do think that the evolution of the Sami Zayn character is working on me. The Cody Sami relationship, I like. But then Gunther Cody, I'm like, I don't really see much chemistry there. Like from a narrative perspective, I'm not bought into that. Gunther Sami, same thing. So it just kind of feels like Gunther is a little bit of a third wheel here in what he's supposed to be one of the main protagonists. So I think you and I are on the same boat there. Like it just kind of feels a little bit too muddy, and I don't really know who's like what character and what character motivations I'm supposed to like care about here. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm with you here. I don't love this, but I like pieces of it.
If it does feel like you get like premium quality ingredients and you don't know what to make, and then you end up making something too complex to digest. And I like the idea of Sami trying to get out of Cody. I know people were like, man, that was a banger moment. You talked about what's the state of SmackDown. And I think the state of SmackDown, it's in a weird place because I did not enjoy Sami and Cody being out there still baby stepping around because I don't see the end game or the big step for them. Is it because Sami's going to get his vengeance against Cody, or just he's Cody Golden Boy plot armor guy is going to continue on after Sami goes away and Gunther? And I thought that the best parts of SmackDown, I know you're going to roll your eyes on this, was Jacob Fatu going to Solo Sikoa like Roman wants you to come home, and then Solo Sikoa goes, no, screw the tribal chief, like forget like all that kind of stuff. He could go to hell. Like that stuff should have happened on the ring, in the ring, because that stuff would have worked so well, and the crowd would have ate up Solo Sikoa saying go to hell, Roman, and ooh, would have been bigger versus Sami and Cody out there play fighting, slapping each other around. Because after Sami slapped Cody and Cody slapped him back, I knew Cody's like, you see, Sami, we're even. We're 1-1. And that's what he did backstage. He said, we're 1-1, Sami, now what? And then Sami's like, oh, I'm unstable. What are you going to hear from me? And then I'm like, come on. It still feels so non-committal between those two. It's like, do something. Sami has been in this weird spot, knocking over water bottles. He does something great, and then he says he's sorry and steps back. You know, I want Sami to go all the way through, and I think that's what I'm waiting for. Like, when are you going to take it all the way through, Sami? When are you going to be that guy that we were looking for, Sami, to say that Karrion Kross was right?
Yeah, I mean, I had the exact same monologue, I think, on this podcast during his feud with Trick. Like, okay, what? All right, like you did the whole GBM thing, you know, you're so dastardly evil, all this stuff, but like you're not really fully committing to being like the bad guy here. And I get it, like they're trying to do a more nuanced character, that he isn't just twirl your mustache level bad. It's a good guy that might be doing some bad things, some unsavory things. But when you get to like at this point, when you got a character like Cody Rhodes that's so, you know, Superman good guy, I don't think that he works necessarily super well opposite against somebody that isn't just a straight up bad guy, right? I think about like his feud with Kevin Owens. It got good when Kevin Owens went full bad guy. I look at like his previous experiences with Randy Orton, where they were like teacher student. We're like, okay, but like when are we? And then Randy turned bad, and we're like, okay, that's awesome. That's what we're waiting for. We ignore the Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll stuff, but I think Cody works well when it's like good versus bad.
It's the same thing with Cena, because like the same promo he had with Sammy, that's why I tuned out, was like, you're not the same kind of guy, Sammy. This is not the Sammy that I know. You're like, I've heard you say that so many times, Cody, to other people. And it's no different with Sammy. But I think you're right. It's better with Cody when it's black and white. When it's just clear as day. This guy's good. This guy's bad. Can Cody overcome? That's simple. And it's oddly enough, though, the only time it didn't work is when Cena wasn't the ultimate bad guy. And he was the ultimate good guy. We're like, finally, the matches that we wanted to see. Legacy versus Legacy. The new up-and-coming face of the WWE versus the old guard of the WWE.
Yeah, that's such a one-off, though, right? That's
right.
That's such a special, it took a 20-plus year career to get to that moment. We can't really use that, I don't think.
No, but what I mean is, like, I'm glad that the WWE realized in that instance, bad Cena versus good Cody wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
So in this instance, good Cody versus I don't know who I am, Sammy, versus bad Gunther doesn't.
Yeah, it should be. I think it should be good Cody versus bad Gunther, or good Cody,
bad Sammy,
bad Santa.
Both. Bad.
You seen Bad Santa?
No, I haven't.
Rated R Christmas movie.
Every time I see it, I go, maybe I'll watch this, and then I go, follow.
It's not. I don't think it's that good. I really don't think it's that good.
It's the problem with streaming these days. Like I literally spent, I would say, 15 minutes going from different programs. I clicked Beavis and Butthead, and then working for me, I clicked Seinfeld. Nah, not today. I clicked Office. Not. It took me a while, and then I landed on Widow's Bay. You ever heard of this show?
No, I haven't.
Apple TV show. It's about a cursed island. It's pretty cool.
No, see, I get into like certain shows, and then once like I end that show, I go into like a 2-month lull of like not being able to pick a new show. So then I just become like an avid YouTube watcher on the big on like the big TV. And so like right now I'm in Legend of Zelda Theories. That's where I'm at.
Wow.
Anyways,
you know what game I could get you to play? We could get other people to play, but it could just be you and me. I heard of the thing called Mecha Chameleon, where you've probably seen it on the reels. You paint yourself.
Oh, dude, that game looks hilarious. Yeah, that game looks so funny.
Andy, everybody's begging you to be my Fortnite duo, but your ass. So I need. Nanti.
That game does look really funny. Yeah.
We could we could do wrestling arenas because people did put like COD maps, they put like CS:GO maps. Maybe do like a little wrestling, paint ourselves like Rey Mysterio.
I'd be down. Actually, I'd be down. I mean, speaking of Rey Mysterio, you wanted to talk about Chad Gable. You insisted that we put him on the list for the show. What did you want to? Yeah, what did you want to talk about when it came to Chad Gable?
I do find it interesting that Chad Gable has one of the worst AI songs I've ever heard in my life.
Yikes.
It feels, I tweeted this out, that it felt like the end of a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, like in the 80s, like the credits, because it just sounds so weird. So Americana, but so country, and the lyrics don't make any sense, and it doesn't fit his demeanor. There's no triumphal trumpets or something like a Kurt Angle. There's nothing behind that says this guy he can go. And they went like this 90s country, and it's so weird. I feel like that's like a B theme for Hogan.
I was going to say it felt like not necessarily a B theme for Hogan. It felt like the theme of a bad Hulk Hogan movie in the 90s. That's to me the vibe that I got. I was getting like Thunder in Paradise type of vibes from it, which is not a good thing to be compared to, by the way. The thing that I said, I was like, okay, they went with this song, whatever. I don't think it's good. But I feel like they made the mistake of sending him out the first week with the American Alpha theme. And then, because that was like his big like reveal, the big return to physicality, the big moment with the luchadors, his redemption moment is happening. And you have that moment happen with this theme song. And then the following week, you haven't come out to an entirely different theme song. I think they should have picked one or the other. Stick with the American Alpha theme, or have him come out to this crappy, late early 90s song right off the rip. So at the very least, it's just attached to his identity. Because now it just feels like, why did we do this when we had that? I think the right choice would have just been stick with the American Alpha theme. Jason Jordan's not here. Just make it his own theme.
You can't run out to that theme, dude. You cannot run out to that 90s country theme. Royal Rumble, no. There's no
it's a
aura.
no pop having song. That's also the problem. I think it's going to be the same problem that Zelina Vega had with her theme.
The SmackDown B song.
Yeah, I think it's Michin even to a degree deals with that, where it's just like, God, like I don't think you guys have bad songs. I think you guys have bad wrestling themes, where it's just like it takes me like 5 seconds to figure out who you are, and then once I do, my excitement has already left my body, so I'm not popping.
It's a bummer because that match against Rusev was cool because even though Ethan Page was there, he overcame all that and the physicality with Rusev. I think Rusev's a great mid-card boss. And the best moment of that match for me was that angle slam. Oh my God. What a picture perfect angle slam. Amazing. And then he puts him in the ankle lock and then the submission happens and then Ethan Page is like, toe tap. All that was great. But my fear is, Santi, I don't know if you're picking this up, is do you think that they're ready for Chad Gable to dethrone Penta?
Yeah,
and when they do, when they do you think that the momentum would be passed? Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, we talk about, like, if we go back to the beginning, we talk about all of this tender love and care that they're giving to the Bloodline story, right?
TLC,
which allows them to not worry or build to something at this PLE. It allows them to, take their good graces, their build up, their excitement to further shows. So clearly they can do it. Will they do it for a Chad Gable? That's an entirely different question altogether. My guess is probably not. We're already off to a bad start with a no pop having ass theme song. But they could have absolutely created enough momentum for you to care about him dethroning Penta for SummerSlam. I think it's still possible. They can. They absolutely 100% can. I just think, knowing WWE and their treatment of what you've been saying, the B storylines, my gut says it'll probably lose momentum by SummerSlam.
So the reason why I bring this up, because if you look at other factions, the one across the way, on the other coast in Florida, you would think that if someone returns, you could see on that promotion, they get a match and they win that title right away. Like right away. Look at Ciampa. The dude came out, challenged, got the title right away. So that's what I'm saying. I thought that the best motivation plan is this momentum is riding. You have lightning in the bottle. Pull the trigger now. And now that we're in the second week of this, where he's going to be in the vortex of the luchadors. You're going to see, you already know the 3v3, all this one-on-one, and then it's going to keep going and going and going. By the time we get to Penta, we're already going to see Chad Gable like, and then we're going to hear his song come out multiple times like, ooh.
Yeah. But you also must be aware that you're in a WWE ecosystem that does not go on lightning in a bottle. They don't.
I know, because I thought about Kit Wilson. I've been thinking about Kit Wilson. I was like, man, Kit Wilson felt like that's this new refreshing viral TikTok sensation that they could have built on. They had him doing the dance. And then one of the moment that I felt early on, because some people may be listening and watching could go, oh, guys, you're really harsh. Just give it just Chad Gable thing time. My friends, I was waiting for Kit Wilson. And the moment that it happened to me, they're like, oh, they're not about it, is when they did not have him come out on that following SmackDown. And they did not have him come out at the Royal Rumble.
That was for me. That was it for me.
Damn. I was like, damn, this dude has the most viral thing happening right now. And he's not anywhere to be seen. Bummer.
Yeah. So, when you say, hey, they should have pulled the trigger lightning in a bottle, I'm like, but they never do. They never do lightning in a bottle booking decisions.
And it doesn't help with Chad Gable because he's been here before. He's been there before. Like, dude, this is the guy. This is the next guy to take Gunther. He's right there. He's right there again. And my fear is that they're not going to let him. It's by the time they do it, it's going to be like, oh, well, it's going to be more about, well, Penta had a great run. Penta did everything that he can, or they're going to protect Penta in some way. Chad has to go up against Penta and take it from Penta. And that will solidify him going all the way to Mexico, learning the dark arts of the luchadors, as you like to say, and then making it all come through. And that would be his story. But when he looked at Austin Theory and Maxine, I was like, oh man, no, dude, don't just wait.
You're behind the bookshelf.
Let him go. Let her live her life. If you tell her he's not good for you, she's gonna lean in harder, dude. Let her live her life. Let her go with Austin Theory. So that's my fear. That's why I wanted to put on the podcast about Chad Gable, and I just want to put a little flag on it. You know what I mean? You know, when you do a little fitness, there's a little workout. Like, my knee feels a little tender from this workout. Let me let my trainer know. Maybe I should go and play volleyball. Maybe I should stop playing basketball.
My physio's like, stop playing volleyball and basketball. I'm like, I promise. And then I show up the next week fucking hobbling, and she's so mad at me, dude. I feel it feels like I'm back at school where like you're showing up to your class and you didn't do your homework the night before and you're waiting to get called out for it by your teacher, and when she says, all right, everybody hand in your homework, and you don't have it. That's how I feel like going in every week into my physio as I'm hobbling because I refuse to just sit down and heal. But I'm going to be celibate physically for 3 months.
Everything for scoring those 4 buckets in a game of 21. Good job.
Dog,
Yay.
I only scored 2 buckets. I only scored 2 buckets in that game. It was 5-on-5, to be fair, you know. It was 5-on-5. It wasn't 21.
Are you the big man? Are you the big man down low?
I am, but I don't like playing that role. It's just that now I become so like, because I played point guard in high school, but I was a lot skinnier. And I was a tall point guard for the league at 6'1", and at least in Canadian basketball, right?
And in what kind of school? You were a badminton star.
I was a badminton mega superstar. That I was.
Okay, continue. Because didn't you play in basketball? And then you told me the story. You went up against Andrew Wiggins, and you realized it was a real basketball star.
That's right. We played against none other than freaking Andrew Wiggins. That was some bullshit. That was some bullshit. So I went to college then. I was on the same floor as a guy that went to his high school. It was a high school called Vaughn. By the way, Andrew Wiggins was like 4 years younger than me, and he was still dunking on everybody. I went to school with one of his teammates that was a senior. We're on the same floor, and I told him, I was like, oh, like we played against you guys. These guys went like 80-0 across the country, and even played some tournaments down in the States. They were insane. They went 80-0, and I was like, oh, do you like remember? Like we played you guys. He's just like, how much did we beat you guys by? I'm like, what do you beat? He's like, that's how I remember teams, not by like who was on it, how much we beat people by.
He was like, for you is the most important day of your life, and for me, it was just a Tuesday.
Dude, we lost by like 60, and in high school ball, that's just like, I mean, in any level of ball, that's crazy. But these guys were so out of our league.
That's what it is. You're trying to relive and get that trauma out. Like, I could do more. Here I am at this rec league.
But yeah, now I play big man because everybody sees me. They see this fucking juiced up 25 pounder monster walking around, and they think that I just play the post. But I played point guard in my life. That's it.
Just say no. I'm playing point guard.
Nah.
What are you gonna do?
Well, no, I mean I can barely move and pivot, so point guard's actually not that bad. So no, actually point guard is terrible. I mean down low is not that bad.
Is it because of your knees, baby?
It is, maybe, mayhaps, my lord, mayhaps. There is a correlation, but correlation does not mean causation. CM Punk is going over to SmackDown.
Oh yes, I was. It was interesting because we talked about YouTubers and videos, and that was a prime video to make, right?
You had to make
rumors about, but I was like, these are just weird rumors. I mean, just because the dude hasn't been on TV for a while, and because he had that altercation with the fan outside of a hotel about filming Bailey and AJ, I was like, this doesn't feel. It feels like, why would they kick CM Punk out unless TKO is like, hey, we have an image to protect. We have a board to protect. We can't have wrestlers touching fans.
Oh yeah, I'm sure TKO cares about their image after UFC 250 and what happened there and what was said there.
You got an eagle flying in, brother. You got the flowers, brother. You got people calling each other weird names. You're like, all right.
Yeah, maybe don't give the mic to Hokit next time, guys. Maybe don't give him the mic.
Yeah, nothing like President Beef Supreme coming out soon. You know what I mean? You ever seen Idiocracy?
No, what is that?
God, watch Idiocracy, dude. It is a perfect movie. Terry Crews plays the president of the United States.
I
and
have
his
seen
name is-
this movie. I have seen
Okay.
this movie. Yes, I have seen this. Yeah.
It's what plants crave.
Yes.
Look, when it comes down to CM Punk going to SmackDown, my concern is there's only 2 hours of SmackDown.
Yep.
That's not enough time for anything. And when they finally figured out the 2 hour format, it'd be literally this, Santi. It'd be they're going backstage. CM Punk goes, "What are you doing here? I'm doing this. All right, that's it. That's it. Like 2 lines per segment, and they moved on to the next thing. Or they would blend in segments all together, which it was fun and it's fine and all. But if you have someone that's like CM Punk who demands 15, 20 minutes for every segment that he has to be involved in the undisputed title. So if you're bringing CM Punk to be another rooster in the henhouse and already the QB1's there and Randy's there, he's going to go after Cody Rhodes. Like, that's the only play here. That's the only thing you can run with CM Punk because I'm sorry. We've always said this so many times in this podcast and I'm SmackDown blue in the face that it's literally Cody in the main event, mid-card way down here. You can't have CM Punk played way down here like Damian Priest. No. That ain't going to be the CM Punk place. CM Punk is going to go right here.
You see this is Planet Punk, and there's a meteor coming towards it. Do you know what 3-letter acronym this meteor is called? It's about to crash into Planet Punk. Oh, boom! The MFT vortex, baby. Welcome, CM Punk. We've been waiting for you, my brother. Yes. Punk and Solo.
I just want to let you know, Punk, I run SmackDown. You're going to have to go through me. Well, what if they actually, Finn Balor's there. If you want to wand me, baby, you want to do that, you bring in Tom. No.
Stop, what does wanding you mean? That was me casting a spell.
No, you didn't do any swirling, though.
Wait, not every spell needs to be a swirl and a swoosh and a flick.
It does.
No, sometimes there's thrusting spells.
That's not thrusting, that's jerking.
I'm thrusting. No, that's what I did.
No, you did
this. This is thrusting. Okay, hang on. You don't think that this is thrusting? That's me with my wand. Wingardium Leviosa.
You're such an idiot. You're giving people so many gifts in one go. Oh my god. Going back to it all. If I had my wand, you would get Finn Balor, recreate Bullet Club, Tama Tonga, Nakamura, put them all together in a thing, and then you can have CM Punk kind of roll with those boys, sure. Because that's the only other tether to that is CM Punk, Finn Balor, right? That's the only kind of tether that you have there. Another one that's still looming, that's off in the Greenland, the Highlands of Scotland, is Drew McIntyre. So you could bring back Drew McIntyre. He could come back into SmackDown, fill that void. But rumors have it they have no plans for him post SummerSlam.
That's a lot of names for a 2-hour show.
A lot of names, brother, for a 2-hour show. A lot
of names.
And what I learned in a 2-hour stream is you can only do one thing. You can only cover one type of theme to get through it all. And it's just going to be bi-weekly things. It's a bummer because Rey Fenix and who do you have that Cruiserweight title match with? Axiom. That match was great, and I'm like, this is the kind of match we won't have in those 2 hours. It's like we're not gonna get those solid matches, which is a bummer because that was my a little taste of AAA. We could have like Rey Fenix do an open challenge and have AAA wrestlers come in and let me see La Parka go in a 10-minute match on SmackDown, but all that's off the table. So when you say CM Punk and Aura Farmer going to come in with possibly Randy Orton returning to an Aura Farmer, there's just not enough time for anything else besides the main event on SmackDown, and I think that's going to suck, dude. It's definitely going to suck as the A Show reviewer for the A Show. Bye-bye.
All right. Let's go into a new heat order. I think it's time. It's time.
It's
Don't leave.
Don't leave. Someone goes, I like how they try to shame you to stay in their worst segment. This is our longest running segment. Okay?
I'll have you know this. We are aware it's our worst segment. I'll have you know.
Joke's on you. We know.
We're in on it.
The New Heat order is the buzz, the excitement. There were all the excitement. But our New Heat order is accurate to predicting who gets pushed.
Facts.
Am I right? Right? We talked about Tozawa.
All facts.
Remember Tozawa got on the New Heat order for just one little second on the show, and then guess what? He got the big push.
Bang.
Who's number one? Danhausen?
Oh, for the Spurs and the Knicks? Oh, man, that guy was everywhere. Yeah, I think you might be right. It might be Danhausen.
The Kingmaker, he called himself. Danhausen. And I'm not putting him on number one just so I could get back in his good graces. He wants human monies, which I don't have. Number two, Oba advancing?
Yeah, I'd go Oba.
Okay, Oba. 3?
Maybe like Jacob killing Eric Andre.
That was great. And LA Knight. Any love for LA Knight here?
I do have love for LA Knight.
4? Okay.
Yeah, we can put him there. 4, I think, is good. What about Roman here?
Yeah, I was going to say, any love for Roman? I have Roman here.
Yeah.
Great promo.
Yeah, we can
9?
put Roman there.
Maybe at 9? At 9?
Yeah, so long as we get him on the list, I'd say it's good.
Yeah. 9, Roman Reigns. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. Any
6,
love
7.
for the ladies' side? Any love for the ladies' side? I mean, we had EO advance. That was big. And we have Flair advancing as well. We have Fatal Influence losing. That was a kind of a bad thing. Brie,
I didn't love that.
We have Brie, Paige. We have Jade losing her wig and still holding on for dear life. Finished that one match.
That was impressive that she managed to do all that.
That was a good match too.
It was.
It was a great match.
Man, I barely remember Smack. I mean, what about like Rey Fenix? Great match with Axiom. I think that might be make it on the list. Maybe even Axiom.
I'll put Axiom at 10, and I'll put Rey at 7.
I think that's fair. Any
love for Finn Balor making his debut? I saw how you were calling him out like he's about to hit the Wepaverse, and he did.
Oh, he's
immediately.
I saw that coming a mile away, brother. I've got the Hubble telescope to see whenever we're gonna hit the celestial bodies like the Wepaverse or the MFT vortex.
Can I throw out a name at Jey Uso at 5? I think he.
Oh yeah, King of the Ring. Yeah. We should put Jey Uso on there.
Okay, Jey at 5. Okay, so that leaves 6 and 8 available. Liv Morgan, I'd say she didn't really come through. I think Liv Morgan's day would be her next appearance, of course. I thought Raquel had a great match against Io Sky. Do you want to put Io here at 8? Io Sky advancing? Reminding the people how great she was? Surviving the Raquel?
I didn't think that match was great.
You didn't like it?
I've seen better matches between them. Especially like the last like 7 minutes of the match where I feel like most of the juice is. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it in that match.
I think you see better matches between those two because Judgment Day is always around, and it adds a little bit of that doubt.
I think we should put Io Sky. What about Charlotte? Charlotte, I think, has made more noise than Io. Back-to-back wins, right? Winning her wait, did she win her Fatal 4-Way this? I don't know.
She did. Yes. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, she won her Fatal 4-Way.
Raquel. She faced Roxy.
Yeah, let's put
Charlotte at 6.
Yeah, put Charlotte there.
So who's at 8 then?
Give me Logan Paul. Give me Logan Paul coming back from that.
Crazy beast.
And appearing on TV.
Did you like the graphic of Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker sitting there with the tag team title?
I don't remember it.
They showed the graphic of the Night of Champions, Rollins versus Braun Breaker. That Braun Breaker with his tag team title. Okay, I guess that's on the line. Apparently, it's important. I mean, he is defending that title though soon. They're gonna have him
next week. Next week.
Yeah,
I think he loses them. Yeah, they lose.
He has to.
Yeah,
he has.
Yeah, imagine him walking out to his steel cage match with one half of the tag titles. It's just such a bad look.
No. You know what? The best match of Braun Breaker that we've seen was Braun Breaker versus Brock Lesnar. Match Club.
Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. You guys haven't seen it
Unbelievable.
yet, but it's good stuff.
It's
It is
good
good
stuff.
stuff.
All right,
All
here's your
right.
new Heat order at number 10, Axiom. Number 9, Roman Reigns. Number 8, Logan Paul. Number 7, Rey Fenix. Number 6, Charlotte Flair. Number 5, Jey Uso. Number 4, LA Knight. Yeah. Number 3, Jacob Fatu. Number 2, Oba. And number 1, you are number 1, Danhausen.
Of course. And we mean it. Not just because we're trying to make sure that our podcast doesn't get cursed. We truly, genuinely mean it. But folks, thank you guys very much for watching this episode of the Wrestling is Cool podcast. An extra special bonus thank you goes out to our $15 patrons. They are the producers of the show, and as such, get their names read out on the air. So a thank you goes out to the following people.
Thank you.
A thank you goes out to Pinche Ads Go Away, Toasty Ayo Salguero, Acknowledge, Active D4C, Aco 4559, Abrim Zuda, Alex Regal, Alex, Alpha the Chosen One, Amalek, American Nightmare, and that's the last bite, Tyler, Anthony Blaze, Anthony, Arbox, Right Nut, Eric's, Ariel Pacheco, Arrogance, Arturo Gonzalez, Ashley Rennell, Ozzy Kingslayer, Owen Darwin, Abadawepa, Baldy, Ben Phillips, Be Hostile, Big Cat, Big Mex, Blenda, Bluefish, Brad Davis, Braden Primo, Brandon Barger, Brandon Diamond, Brody Cyphers, Bubba Moore, Bubba the Big Fella, Bunny Swag, Cameron Warren, Cameron Talks WWE, Carlito, CB, Chad, Chainster, Chance Painter.
Someone said the Bloodline got rid of Carlito.
Oh my God. Chandler Swinford, Chi-Town, Chi-Town Boy, Chris Butner, Lucas, Christian Anderson, Christopher, Chucky Gonzalez, Clayton Walford, Colby Mayo, Cool Whip Tim, Corey Lyles, Crispy, Daily Vloggers Daily, Damian Martinez, Dan Schubert, Darth Squiggles, Darth Taters, Death Taxes, Derek Barnhart, Devin Newsome, D. Lopez, Dominic DeCoco, Drake Hughley, Dylan,
Cool.
Eagle Steve, Eddie Leahy, Egg Toast, El Juan, El Joshi.
Oh man, where's the he? Where's that guy?
Yeah,
Where's that?
That's in the Jays. We're not
Okay,
there
okay.
yet.
I'm
El
excited.
Joshi, Eli Drake, Eli Parker, Elmer Rodriguez, Ardem Yasichi, Eric S, Eric Reese Romero, Ethan Richardson. Everybody loves A Brock, Got Isach. Again, all these names are getting cut off. I'm sorry, guys. Fletcher Walpole, FMF CMA, Foster JK, Freddie Trejo, Freelance Hot Takes, Frenzy Wrestling, Freezer, F Your Date, Fugnux, Gavin Talks About, Gibby Fresh, Gilbert Deans, Gingerbread, Godspeed, Goonhausen, Goose Lesnar.
The GOAT.
GXA Man Harrison is better. Heath Robertson, Henry Volpel, Hey Shakes. I can't think of Ian Kelt, iMagic. Issa says it's Mista, it's Astro Kid, Jack Ghibli, Jack Harris, Jackson Key. Saw the Michael Jackson movie. I enjoyed it. Jacob Saffel, James Armand, Jasu, Jason Flint, Javion, Jeremiah. Here you go, Sancho. We're getting to it. Jeremiah Finley, Jeremiah Kelly, Jason, Jay Uso, Jahihi Ahihi. That honestly, that's the plot of the Michael Jackson movie right there. Jahihi Ahihi. There, I spoiled. Roll credits. Joe Benitez, Joe Exotic, Joe Velez, Joey Rowe, Joey Wrestling, Jonathan Cox, Johnny Owens, Jordan, Jose Olivares, Josue Navarro, Juan Vega, Julian Asarfi, Julian, Justin Perkins, Caleb Martin, Kevin Vega, Kevin Clark, Kilo, Kobe Kohler, Cody Barker, Christopher, Kyle Hart, Lawrence, Liam. Life of Brian, Lil Shifu, Look, It's Tupac. No, not Tupac. It's Pac-Man. Luis Jimenez, Luisito Calvo, Lukester Gaming, Madison Moody, Manny Benegas, Mark Marnie YCSM, Martise Taylor, Mason, Matthew Oberg, Mossy, Maxine is feeling, Makai. I'm assuming it's feeling the pressure. I can't see the rest of the name, but I'm assuming it's feeling the pressure. Makai, Micah Davis, Michael Mornay, Miguel Paredes, Muhammad Albanai, Nate Finley, Nemo, N Freezy, Nicholas Kyle, Nicholas M, NyQuil Pad, No Name, no $15. I'm sorry, guys. NXT commentator, Oba will lose to Odin Sword. I will figure it out next week. There's got to be a spreadsheet that I can like download that has their full names. This is insane. Old Man Rican, Oliver Hammonds, Oscar M's, OV1 Kenobi, Pat R, Pat Mick, Mark Frody, Prince Vegeta, Puppet Spanker, Raiders for Life, Randomly Chosen, Rainier Neko, Reaper God, Red Hot Wepa Peppas, Ray is top 3, Ricky Dutcher, Rose City Savage, Robbie, Roy Alexander, Ryan Halberg, Ryan Munez, Ryan Spradley, Sadie Bink, Sami Zayn versus Triple H's water bottles. Sancho calls Danhausen Danhausig. Sancho is Santi's rent-a-bro. Sancho's baddie with a fatty. Sancho says Oba pours cereal before the milk. So these I can read all. Sancho said Oba's favorite Game of Thrones character is Joffrey. Santi, can I suck your kendo stick? Santi, the Jizz King Zap. No one calls me that. Santi West and Sancho Zab in an alternate universe. Sauce God, Savage Field, Scott Rico Gaming, Shane, Shannon Bryant, Sean, Sheldon Hickman, Shiny Arbach, Shenstein Nakamura, Sir Goonzalot, Skylar Brashear, Slayer, SNES, Stay True, Sugar Shane, Super Malachi Galaxy, the May community, and that's what we do. The Patriots own the Chargers, Vanilla Jorella, the LA Knight Mega Glazer, Jacob Goof is the final boss, Bloodline rules, Tim Payne is the GOAT, Tom Dodd, Tongan Dick Grip match, Tonio Cizon, Trevor Harder, Tribal Chief versus Knight for the Ufalafa, Tristan Repko, Turner Dahl, Ty Jones, Tyler Bouchard, Tyler Brand, Tyler Logan, Tyler McGarry, Unknown Zero, Utah Beach, Venom D. Tyler, Verzo, Voidsy, Wade Ravage, Juan Pablo III, Wayne Heiser, White Mexican, Y Does, Wicked Bagman, William, Reese, Clean, Zach Smira, Yoguro Side, York V2, Zach Griffin, Zach Holdwick, and Zay2K. Thank you guys very much for being our $15 patrons. We do appreciate you. Thank you guys very much for watching and or listening to this episode of the Wrestling is Cool podcast. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. And of course, be wonderful people. Goodbye, everybody.